know, I spent the last 3 weeks in Pennsylvania. I was in Pittsburgh and then the Kentucky part. And it was cold as fuck. Oh my God, it was like 6 degrees every day, windy as shit. My toes are still cold. I got in last night about, I don't know, 9 or so, I guess. Cold as hell, and I'm finally getting out of the Great White North. And I'm coming down and I hear the snowstorms coming. I'm like, great, then fucking get out of the Great White North and arrive in the Great White South. Apparently that has a different meaning down here. What's wrong? How many pot smokers in the room? Okay, out of all you pot smokers, how many of you are Christians? Okay, now the reason I ask is because I get a lot of slack from Christians about marijuana, and I'm not quite sure why. I mean, after all, Genesis says, I give unto you every animal, every plant, and every herb, every grass, right? So, okay. But there's one that people quote all the time, and I want to, just to make sure I get it right, I'm going to read it straight. I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, for a foreharvest, when the bud is perfect, is ripening in the flower, he shall cut off the sprigs with pruning hooks and take away and cut down the branches. Isaiah 18:4-5. So Christians, smoke! And here's the thing, right? Look, if you read the Bible, people get stoned in that fucker all the time. I mean, I just like when the Pharisees approached Jesus, and he's like, cast not the first stone, dude, pass the joint instead. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's all good. I mean, you touch the mountain, you get stoned. You touch somebody else's booty, you get stoned. You get raped without yelling for help, you get stoned. You badmouth your parents, you get stoned. Clearly the Bible supports marijuana, I'm just saying. No, I don't need that anymore. Bad Bible, bad. Oh, let me see here. How many know the name Wayne LaPierre? Yeah, a few people watching the news. Wayne LaPierre is the executive vice president of the NRA, which I have renamed to the Never Reasonable Fucking Assholes. So here's the thing, I'm a gun owner. I like my Second Amendment rights, but I'm not a fucking asshole either, you know? But I'm watching this LaPierre dude, and I'm like, when did the Republicans start liking the fucking French again? Jesus Christ, I mean, they hate the French. And I'm listening to this guy speak, and I'm like, fuck, I want to call him freedom fries now. Jesus Christ. And of course, with him going around giving his stupid speeches, Sandy Hook and all that shit's back in the news again, that's fucked up, you know? But, like, there's a thing about Sandy Hook that we often forget, and that's how tragedies like that affect other professions. I mean, think about this for a second. No photographer in the United States can ever say again, I have to go shoot some children. They can never say that again. They can never say that again. That's out of the, you know, what are you going to do? And of course, you know, Hurricane Sandy is back in the news as well, thanks to Christie and the Republicans being all stupid and shit. You know, what are you going to do? And I got to thinking, like, man, it was Hurricane Sandy, Sandy Hook, and then I heard that John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John put out a new Christmas album. I'm like, fuck, we got fucked 3 times by Sandy in 2012. Jesus Christ. Fucking crazy. And with Hurricane Sandy back in the news, Kim Kardashian, JWoww, and Snooki are tweeting like crazy. Apparently they're all jealous because Sandy blew more people on the East Coast than they did. What are you going to do? Don't need Wayne LaPierre anymore. Get the fuck out of here. So on my way back from Pennsylvania, I got sicker than a motherfucker. So if I cough, I thought about putting a condom on the mic first. And then I was like, fuck it, Jeff Graham's next. So, any veterans in here? Veterans? Veterans? God, this is a fucking army town. There's 3 of you, really? I guess they leave when they get out of here. It's like, fuck Huntsville, I'm going someplace else. I was in the Navy. And for 10 years, thank you. Navy stands for never again volunteer yourself, just so you know. But I was in for 10 years, I loved every fucking minute of it. I had an absolute blast. When I joined in the 80s, the commercial was, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. And And I gotta tell you, I fucking had that adventure. I saw combat, I saw op reps, I saw, deployments, I got to see all of Europe, North Africa, the Middle East. I had a blast in the Navy. But when I first got in the Navy, as much as I enjoyed it, there were some issues now and then. And day one was the very first issue. I go in and ask, you gotta give them your information so they can give you your dog tags. And they're like, what religion do you want? I said, well, I'm an atheist, so put atheist. He's like, well, we don't have that. I said, no imaginary friends? No, we don't have that. And I'm like, can you leave it blank? None of the above. Opt out? So by this time, he's getting a little pissed off at me. And he's like, look, if you get shot on the battlefield, who the fuck do you want us to call? And I'm like, how about a fucking medic? Can I put medic on my dog tag? Jesus Christ. He's like, no religious preference is what you're gonna get. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? That means you can call the first imam, rabbi, or fucking monk that happens to walk by? Jesus Christ. So then, here you guys, it's for those who speak Latin, you'll get the irony of this. As an atheist in the Navy, my very first command was the USS City of Corpus Christi. That's right, the USS Body of Christ. Which was great because, when it was first named, it was called the USS Corpus Christi, USS Body of Christ. Pentagon said, no way, we can't have a USS Body of Christ, that's a violation of the First Amendment. Let's rename it to the USS City of Corpus Christi. Good job, Pentagon. Because what you just did, you just made the Jesus boat the abbreviation COCC. That's right, the Jesus boat was the cock. It was long, hard, black, full of semen, and called the cock. And I think it's perfect that anything named after Jesus is like that because I'm pretty sure Jesus was gay. Now look, hear me out. One, he was a fisher of men. Just saying, come on. Hung out with 12 dudes all the time. Turned down the advances of Mary Magdalene. And Tom Hanks would disagree with that assessment, but that's all right. And, look at the crucifix itself. You look at him on the wall in a Catholic church or wherever, and just take the wood out of the equation. And just look at him on the wall. What do you see? Until I look at that and all I can think is, oh my God, the view from up here is fabulous! I'm telling you, Jesus was gay. All the Christians now are going to riot afterwards. Throw rocks at my car. It'll be like I'm in Palestine. It'll be awesome. Anybody hear about that farmer in Oregon that got killed by his pigs? Anybody hear about that? How fucked up is that? And here's the thing, police are they don't know if he died in the pen and then the pigs ate him, or if the pigs knocked him down, killed him, and then ate him. And the police come out and look, we're not ruling out foul play. And I'm like, wait, that's fucked up. The pigs clearly did it. Why are you trying to blame the fucking birds? Fucking racist pigs, I tell you, racist cops. And here's the thing, I got to thinking, these pigs are gonna fucking get off because they're gonna blame the birds. They're gonna be like the OJ of fucking swine. If the chitlin not be fitting, you must be acquitting. Everybody who didn't grow up in the 80s will get that later. So I decided, how many people get killed by pigs? So, that's something I want to look up. There's got to be an interesting statistic. So I look it up. Turns out in the last 100 years, almost 300 people have been killed by pigs in the United States. I think that number's a little low because I don't think they included police shootings. It took you a second, but you got it. Good job. Good job. So I had a friend of mine the other day tell me that his girlfriend's vagina looked like Chewbacca. And I was like, look, I get it, but that's a false analogy because I can see Chewbacca's lips. Any polyamorous women out there tonight? Good, because y'all nothing but fucking vaginal socialists. Saying, fucking spread the wealth, bitches. My ex-wife actually belongs in the vaginal version of the NFL Hall of Fame for the most balls caught in a single period. right too. So, I have a bad back. That's why I got out of the Navy. I got fucked up in a car wreck. And the only exercise I can do is go swimming. And I have a hard time finding a place to do that, especially since I'm a road warrior. My friend Jeff, who's right here in the front row, say hi, Jeff. Jeff goes to A&M and he's like, dude, there's a pool at A&M that you can use. It's pretty cheap and it's never used. I'm like, of course it's never used! Black people can't swim! Like, what the fuck is there a pool at A&M for? Wait, don't answer that. I know, there's a pool at A&M for the same reason as a fucking basketball court at Harvard. You're gonna be racist? Be both ways. Right, T-Seal? If she leaves, she get pissed off and leave. It's awfully quiet out there. So I was looking the other day at, like, you know, because I have kids, they're 19 now and gone from the house, you know, I'm in an empty nest, but I was looking through their books the other day and trying to decide which ones I should shit can and which ones I should shit can. And I realized that there were some great book titles that would make awesome fucking porn titles. I'm like, has anybody else ever done this? Like, look at children's book and go, that would make a great fucking porn title. Like Harry and the Purple Crayon. Perfect fucking porn title, right? Okay? Our movies, children's movies is the best. Lassie Come Home. Alright? Sword in the Stone. Come on. The Incredible Mr. Olympic. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Pot. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Come on. These are fucking great. Puffin stuff! And for the S&M, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Pete's Dragon. And then Christmas porn, Babes in Toyland. And of course, Home Alone. Anybody see the Natalie Suleiman Home Alone video? No? Natalie Suleiman is Octomom. You guys know Octomom, right? Yeah. I know everybody rags on her. I'm just going to say she's got a nice vagina. She's beautiful. I don't care. I'd put my dick in it. More than just a tip, too. And for those that like the Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky scandal, you can watch Free Willy. And if you like it shaved, there's James and the Giant Peach. James and the Giant Peach. And for those taking Viagra, there's Tuck, Everlasting. And then, of course, the new one that's really famous, really popular, especially among younger men, is How to Train Your Dragon. That way you know how to please your woman. And look, you know, I've mentioned vaginas a couple times tonight. Vaginas are very important to me. I like vaginas. Look, women, has anybody seen that documentary about labiaplasty? Anybody? Holy fuck me, I watched that documentary and I'm like, no! Throughout the documentary, they establish that it's other women who are giving these women bad complexes about what they call their nasty, ugly vaginas. Look, ladies, we don't care. If your girlfriend is having ham hocks, remind her that she's not the one eating you out at night. We are. Hey, look, ham hocks, meat curtains, roast beef, all that stuff, those are terms of endearment for us. Okay? Those aren't insults. We love that shit. We don't care what your vagina looks like as long as it's got a fucking open for business sign on it. You think my fucking penis cares what your vagina looks like? No. As long as you wash that fucker every once in a while, we're good. I don't want to be, you know, Chewbacca and shit. I don't want to have to need a hazmat suit to go down. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, vagina, just stop. It's gotta be something like they cut off the labia minora, so your vagina looks like it's 16 again. And you throw shaving on top of that. But why don't you just join a pedophile site? Fuck it. Jesus. Like, I like a little push. I grew up in the 80s. What can I say? I'm not talking about Chewbacca style. I didn't grow up in the fucking 60s. Just trim it a little bit, you know, and we'll be all good. So here's the thing, like, vaginas are powerful. Very powerful. Like, how many single men in the audience? Alright, how many single ladies in the audience? Okay, you notice the difference in fucking enthusiasm? Okay, why is that? Because the vagina is powerful. The vagina can get what it wants. The vagina is the sexual gatekeeper. Which is why rape is kind of like the fucking breaking and entering crime of sex. Okay? Women are the sexual gatekeeper. They get to decide. They decide whether you get laid or not. Not you. Okay, a woody woman who is in here and is single can go up to any man in this audience and go, will you go home and fuck me tonight? And you're getting laid. Any man in this room can do the same thing and probably get a hand across his face. The ugliest woman on the planet can still get laid. The ugliest man on the planet can't even pay a crack whore $5. Because the vagina is the sexual gatekeeper. It's why single women have better times than single men. Well, I tell you what. Anybody looking forward to the zombie apocalypse? I am too, but I'm kind of worried. Like, I was in New Orleans with a friend of mine who's handicapped, and he kind of walks like a zombie anyways. But when you're drunk in New Orleans, having a handicapped friend with you was probably not a good idea. We ended up losing him multiple times. But several times we look back and I realized, like, that motherfucker ain't gonna survive the zombie apocalypse. And that's fucked up. Like, handicapped people need to, you know, it's fucked. Handicapped people aren't gonna survive. So I'm like, look, I don't want him to die in vain, you know? So I came up with the idea, during the zombie apocalypse, handicapped people, zombie bait. Thank you, everybody. That's my time. Have a good night.